Dre Smiley, Motivational Mondays. Smiley, what you got today, man?
Man, I read this cool quote, man. Tell me what comes to mind when you hear this. It's from Dale Carnegie, and he's an inspirational dude, a legendary, awesome person. But he basically said, develop success from failure. Discouragement and failure are two of the surest stepping stones to success. And I remember reading something one of my friends wrote, or he might have quoted someone, but he said, success is the other opposite side of failure. They're on the same coin. You have to fail in order to succeed, and through the act of failing, you end up being successful. So I look at that as like try till you succeed. What do you think about when you hear about success and failures and all that stuff?
Yeah, there's so many stories about successful people. And one of the things they often have in common is the number of times they failed before they achieved their final goal. It reminds me of my daughter when she was 3 or 4. I'm not sure what kid show she learned this from, but it was poignant for me when I saw her do it. It just like resonated in my mind over and over and over again. But I don't know what happened, what prompted her to say this, but she was saying to her older brother, who was probably 5 at the time, "It's okay to fail. It's how you learn." I had this little song that went with it, which when you think about it, what better way to learn than to fail, right? It's an experience. Oftentimes, those experiences can't be read in a book. No one can tell you about them. You just have to experience that failure. And then from that, if you're smart enough, if you're driven enough, you'll achieve that success. So yeah, I think that's factual. Dale Carnegie was right about that. Now, the discouragement part. Tell me more about your thoughts on that discouragement and failure. The discouragement part, why and how does that play into success, do you think?
I think the most famous, world renowned, the GOAT, if you know the GOAT is the greatest of all time, can you try to imagine the mindset of Michael Jordan his sophomore year in high school when he
Mm,
gets cut from the basketball team?
mm,
That discouragement when he didn't make the high school basketball team, he's like, this will never happen again. The story is, the rumor, the myth is he's played basketball all summer. And then we all know the history from that. He was unbeatable, untouchable. He just took basketball to another level. So,
yeah.
what was going through his mind? That's ultimate discouragement.
Mm.
What was going through his mind to say, hold up? I'm the baddest dude on the planet. I'm only in high school, and you gonna cut me? I would like to talk to the coach who cut the greatest of all times.
No, that's a great example. That's a great example in terms of how discouragement can fuel you, right? So my guess is that at that moment, Michael Jordan and his sophomore year of high school wasn't the Michael Jordan we saw at UNC and throughout his NBA career. Um, but that moment fueled him probably, I'm guessing, to dig deep, right, and become the best Michael Jordan he could possibly be. So yeah, that's a great analogy, Smiley, in terms of how discouragement can fuel you.
But I look at it from the coach's perspective. It
Hmm.
wasn't Michael. Michael probably was good because there's no way one summer off, 1 year getting cut, you come back and you're this phenom.
Mm,
Maybe he just had the runs during that one practice, and the coach didn't see what everyone on the planet sees in Michael
mm,
Jordan.
mm,
And I say it's a failure of coaching, of not recognizing talent. But
mm,
regardless of whichever failure it was, it created something like a, if you think of Medusa, you cut off her head, the Pegasus comes out of it, the
mm,
fiery phoenix comes out of ash. So that
mm.
discouragement is the failure of something that wasn't beautiful, and you took that energy and created something beautiful, created something magnificent. And that's what I see with Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So I guess one of the takeaways might be for those listening this week is, leverage your failures as opportunities. Seize that discouragement and use it to fuel you to achieve whatever. goals you have set for yourself this week. Hope you guys have a great Monday, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.